you find yourself constantly fighting fires and never having enough time for important things like developing more clients and following up with new contacts? You need to prioritize what has to get done so you can face your workday with much more ease. On this month's Smart Networking Shift, we discuss how to up-level your personal performance and get more time back in your day. If you need to develop more productive habits to achieve that next level of success, this call will really help you. Now, within the 3 steps relationships to revenue system, this interview impacts all 3 areas: your relevance, prominence, and influence. One of the reasons people fall short in converting more relationships to revenues is that they don't believe they have enough time to do it, and that's a total myth. The fact of the matter is that if you don't have good habits that allow you to free up your time, it's not going to get done. So we're going to show you this month how to eliminate those time wasters and get more time back in your day. Our special guest was author and expert Dan Markovitz. He specializes in improving individual and organizational performance through the application of lean concepts, and he's written an award-winning book called A Factory of One, all about personal productivity. You can find him on his website at timebackmanagement.com, and on Twitter he is at timeback. Now, Dan is someone I've known for more than 2 decades, and I can't wait to share some of the key takeaways from our call. And I'll also let you know at the end of this video where you can get access to the full interview and even more tips and insights. So let's get started. Takeaway number 1, focus on value. Dan says that value is defined by the customer, not by us. It's what the customer wants and is willing to pay for, and it has to be done right the first time and every time. And this is different from deliverables, what you actually produce as an end product. If it's a report or a presentation, that's not where the value is. The value is the end result that your client wants, the improvement in their business or their life. And you need to shift your perspective to focus on what you are doing in your workday. That is adding value for yourself and your clients, because that's where you want to be spending most of your time. Takeaway number 2. Identify waste. Inevitably, having a laser focus on where you're adding value can also help you identify what you're doing that actually might be wasteful. Are you spending hours watching cat videos on social media? Is that adding value? Are you in endless staff meetings in each week that don't really go anywhere? So looking at what you're spending your time on with an eye towards identifying value and identifying waste will help you see the magnitude of the problem as well as the possibilities. Takeaway number 3, don't multitask. Multitasking kills. Despite what you think, you actually can't do 2 tasks at once. You switch between them, and that switching back and forth is really inefficient. Studies show this. So Dan says it's much better to carve out time in your day to work uninterrupted so you can focus on doing one thing and get it done to completion. Takeaway number 4, live in your calendar. We all have to-do lists, right? Just endless lists of tasks, ideas, projects, phone calls that we want to capture, but it's all jumbled together and we don't have a system for getting any of it done. There's an infinite amount of work to do and only a finite time to do it, and nowhere is that more evident than in your calendar. So if you actually took the time to schedule out the tasks you want to do and when you want to do them, you'd have to prioritize and let some things go or find another way to get them done, because there's no way you can fit it all in. Takeaway number 5, create protocols. Dan suggests creating agreements with your team around communications like email and phone calls and meetings. For example, if you all agree in advance that if something is really urgent, you'll try to reach each other by person or by phone and use email for non-urgent matters, then you know you can ignore emails for a time if you need to get work done, because if someone really needs you, they'll call. That can really resolve a lot of issues and free you up from having to check your smartphone or your computer during those times when you really need to concentrate. You can get so much more of Dan's productivity wisdom in the full interview, which you'll find at smartnetworking.com/Dan. Just input your name and email address and we'll send you a link where you can listen to the call online absolutely free. And one of the most profound things Dan shared is that structure supports creativity. And by creating more structures and standards around your work, the more creative you can actually be, which is a total 180 from conventional wisdom. So get the interview at smartnetworking.com/Dan, and be sure to drop by my Facebook page at facebook.com/networkwithliz if you have any questions or want to share a comment. I'd love to hear from you.